Hey everybody, I am going to do a very simple experiment today, and it is going to involve my root tabs here. I noticed that there is a little bit of nitrogen in these root tabs, and I'm wondering whether or not they will impact the nitrate level in our aquarium. I don't believe they will. I really don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever, but I'm curious, and so I'm going to find out. So this is the Flourish root tabs. It's a gravel bed supplement for the planted aquarium. It contains micro elements, trace elements, and other nutrients. This is what one of the tabs is. This is RO water. This is my nitrate test kit. This is my nitrate test that we just did that indicates there's no nitrates in there whatsoever. And this is my coffee, which has nothing to do with this video whatsoever. So we're at a 0 nitrate level. We're going to put a tab in there. We're going to let it dissolve into that water. And we will come back and test later this afternoon or tomorrow or whenever. We're just going to wait and see what happens with that tab. I may even try crushing it up and stirring the water around and getting it to dissolve in the water, although I don't think that would be a fair test because that's not what we do when we put them in our tank. We put them down under the substrate in the gravel, and that prevents the water from really even flowing around them. So if they are going to dissolve, it would be very slowly, it would be very locally, and it would also be right where all the roots are. So any nitrogen that is being released is probably going to get picked up immediately by the roots. So even this test is not going to be an accurate test. I just want to find out if there's enough nitrogen in there to even affect the nitrogen test or the nitrate test. So we're at 0 now. Again, this is RO water, so I knew there was going to be nothing in it, but you got to do the preliminary test so that you can show that there's nothing in it. So we'll come back later and see what happens. All right, here we are several days later. I actually forgot I had started this experiment, which kind of worked out good because I let it sit there for almost a week before I got back to it. So we're going to get a much better test result than if I had tested it the next day as I intended to. So the reason we see 3 tests here, all of which show no nitrate whatsoever, is about an hour or 2 after I had put the root tab in there, I did a total dissolved solids test, and my RO water, which started out at about 10 parts per million, was already up to about 50 parts per million. And so just out of curiosity, I did another nitrate test, and of course it showed up with 0 nitrate. And now, after about 4 days, 5 days, I'm not exactly sure how long it's been, to be honest with you, I checked the TDS again this morning, and we are up over 250 parts per million. So we are definitely dissolving nutrients and minerals into the water, but nitrate is definitely not one of them. If after all this time and with that much dissolved solids being added to that tiny little amount of water with no plants in there to draw the nutrients out or anything, if after all that we're still not getting any trace of nitrate, then that thoroughly concludes to me that these are not ever going to affect the nitrate level in my aquarium. And that's all I wanted to know. I was pretty sure that that was the case. The manufacturer says so, but I like to see these things for myself, and that satisfied my curiosity. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.